Learning at home is a valuable experience both for children as well as parents. During this pandemic, it is safe for our students just to stay at home while learning. So, to effectively create a great outcome for learning, parents have to implement some of the practical ways to creatively establish a positive learning at home. That's what we will know in the discussion of today's webinar. But I will just give an overview. First of this is simply to establish a clean learning environment. We know already that it's difficult, if not impossible, to accomplish tasks when trapped in a messy, cluttered space, right? This is true not only for us adults but also for children and teens. We already knew, mga kaguro, that messy rooms are depressing. It breeds negative feelings and kills motivation. So we will just tell our dear parents that they need to give a clean space at home for our students. This also prevents distraction and allows their child to quickly find whatever supplies they need for their schooling. And also, clean room also eliminates many distractions, right? And second of this is we will find out how to manage the noise level in the neighborhood. Okay, so we know that noise is a common distraction for many students, and also how to eliminate excessive media. This is one of the distraction for our students, although the child or our students is learning through a computer, right? Especially in the higher, they're learning from the computer. It is important to monitor their media access during school hours. We know that access media and tech such as TV, cell phones, tablet, iPads, and handheld games are major distractions regardless of their child's age. So parents have to consider as well this eliminating excessive media. Next, here is to create a proper atmosphere, a conducive atmosphere for our student. So even a clean, organized room may not be enough for some students. Finding the best learning atmosphere for a child or for your own child, my dear parents, is a unique process. No two students are alike, right? Some children learn best in enclosed room. Others cannot concentrate unless they are exposed to the outdoors. This learning individuality is based on many things such as temperature, smell, lighting, and environment. So my dear parents, you need to experiment with your child. Good thing if you have only one student or one child, but if you have a lot, then we need to consider this creating a proper atmosphere. Next is creating an incentives. We teachers, we somehow implement this one in our class at school, but everyone's work better when presented with incentives and rewards. Even as adults, we find ourselves far more excited about a task when we know there's a reward at the end. So although we shouldn't feel as we're bribing our children to learn, there's nothing wrong with offering small weekly or monthly incentives for quickly and thoroughly completing their school assignments. So just like that, giving them rewards. And also taking the time to create the proper learning environment for our students or for your children is priceless. Even small changes can lead to a huge boost in their learning and productivity. Some improvements are immediately obvious, others may surface with time. Even your child will probably notice these positive changes. They will no doubt enjoy their school time far more. So if your child is struggling with their schooling and productivity, step back and take a look at their learning environment. With a careful eye, you can eliminate many distractions and poor learning environment. And we know, and you should know, dear parents, that a positive learning environment is one of the keys to students' academic, emotional, and social success. So to know more about this one, I am encouraging my parents or our dear parents to watch this webinar that will be live on YouTube, and let's learn the simple ways to create a conducive and productive learning environment at home for our children and for our students. So those are the tips. But don't forget that this webinar will start at exactly 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. It's such a very insightful and worth it time to spend in this kind of webinar. So I'm inviting you to like and follow and subscribe YouTube of Vibal. They offered a lot of webinar series. So, and also for the registration, I will put in the description the link where you can register to get your certificate of participation, and I will walk you through in the registration process, so don't you worry. So I think that's it for this webinar, but before we will end, I will give give some overview of the registration. So here it is.